So what parcelLab does is we optimize the customer experience and customer communication for online retailers post-checkout. That means everything that happens after you actually hit the checkout button, so warehousing, delivery, returns, where I guess the biggest portion is that we swap existing, for example, carrier communication, DPD, raw email, with a own branded communication. So we're actually enabling retailers to fully control the entire experience. That means that the experience does not stop with the checkout, but they're in the position to actually manage when, how, and what they want to communicate and how they want to engage with their customers post-checkout. Well, we started up a bit more than 4 years ago. My background is actually in logistics, so I grew up in a freight forwarding company, and I was in logistics consultancy for 3 years, where I've done a lot of distribution network and warehouse process optimization. And that's where we found out that actually, especially in B2C e-commerce online retail business, there is a lot of frustration around delivery. There's a lot of missed opportunities in actually creating an awesome experience around that part of the journey that retailers don't use. And then we realized that actually that's because those retailers, they cannot control that part of the customer journey because they don't have any data, they don't have any transparency, and they have no chance of engaging with the customers. And that's when we said, okay, since online retailers want to create an awesome experience for all their customers across the entire journey, really end-to-end, really consistent, we need to do something. And that's how we got started to actually come up with the solution that we now have. We work with major retailers and brands all over the world. So our bigger customers are like IKEA, Nespresso, Montblanc, Hugo Boss. They all seem to have a very, very high motivation to create an awesome journey. So very high brand loyalty. They want to create an experience that differentiates from the competition, and they want to create the best possible service. So they really want to make sure that all their customers are very, very happy, that they come back, that they don't complain. And ideally, they also want to use that part of the journey to really brand those touch points and create a lot of trust, and thereby building up retention. We are active in, I think today, 38 countries with 27 languages. Well, we do see differences in market readiness, I would say maybe, or the stage of the market. So there's markets that are less developed, that are more basic in what they do, which is enough because the competition is not that high. And then there are markets like, for example, the UK, which is very sophisticated. So there's a lot of awareness for new topics. There's a lot of focus around actual customer experience because they did all their homework, so everything's working really well. And now they still look for chances on how to improve the entire experience and how to differentiate and how to compete against Amazon and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so there are differences, but overall the processes are very similar. Our biggest competitor is the status quo. So our biggest challenge is to develop actually the market, because nobody really has the awareness that they have such a high potential in creating customer trust and retention during that post-checkout journey. Yeah, so everyone just thinks, okay, well, it's good the way it is. So DHL, DPD, and they all do a great job, so I don't need to engage. But then actually we have to tell them that the opportunity to do further engagement, to bring customers back, to make them very happy, is so big that we actually have to open their eyes to this kind of solution, which they weren't aware of before. And we are now in the process of expanding, so becoming larger. So what we hope to get out of Momentum is a better understanding of the partners that we work with, but also obviously to find more new customers.